Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be giving you an update on my marathon training. I'm running the Boston Marathon virtually in October. I've been training since March, and I thought I would give you an update. I did do a video on when I first signed up, and then I did another update, but I'm really into my training now, so I feel like I wanted to update you again. Before I go into kind of like what's happening lately, just the background story. I've been obsessed with the Boston Marathon for as long as I can remember. Living in the Boston area, it's always been a holiday. It's Patriots Day here, so we've always had the Monday holiday off. And then when I got to college, I lived in Kenmore Square for 2 years, and the marathon actually ran right by my dorm. So I would go outside, I would, see the runners go by. It was so inspiring. And it was always something that just seemed like such a crazy athletic feat. I never did sports growing up. But I think I always had like this inner athlete that I don't want to say I didn't know was there, but like I never really did anything until I went to college and started going to the gym and stuff. So just seeing people running a marathon was so inspiring and so amazing. I remember I had a neighbor who ran it, and I remember tracking him and just being like, wow, that's so cool. So I've always been super into it. And the day of the marathon is like my favorite day in Boston. And actually, I did live in Boston during the bombing, and that was probably one of the worst experiences ever. Just thinking about it, I get emotional. The Boston Marathon just has such a special place in my heart, and always seemed like this like unattainable thing that someone like me could never do. So fast forward to last March, and I got an email. I have done the BAA runs different races throughout the year. They do 5K, 10K, half marathon, and then the marathon. So I've done the 5K several times. I've done the 10K twice, and I always thought that was like the longest I could ever run. But I'm signed up for their email list, of course, because of doing those races. And I got this email that said, this year it's the 125th anniversary of the Boston Marathon. They want to open up a virtual option to the first 70,000 people who sign up. And you can do it anywhere. You can take however long you need to do. You just obviously have to do the whole distance in one go. And I literally thought about it for all of like 5-10 minutes maybe, and I signed up. And I don't know what came over me. I don't know, like, I was actually saying on Lose Weight Sarah's live stream a couple weeks ago, I do think like YouTube has a lot to do with it. The confidence that I've built by seeing other people. My husband does run long distances and stuff, so obviously that's in the back of my mind. But also just seeing like other people kind of like training for different things or pushing themselves. Like there's just so many inspirational people in this YouTube community, and like I almost don't want to shout anyone out because there's just so many, but you all know who you are. Like we are such an amazing community and family here, and it's just incredible. So I really credit my YouTube journey as part of giving me the confidence to try to do this marathon. When I signed up, I originally was not intending to train, but pretty quickly I realized that the marathon experience just wouldn't be that enjoyable if I didn't train at all. So I was talking to Anthony from Running for My Best Life the other day, and basically we agreed I'm doing like a couch to marathon because I was not running at all before this. I was still doing my burn boot camp workouts. I was doing that like 5 to 6 times a week, but I literally hadn't run in months. Part of that is like we had to wear masks, and even outside we were supposed to, and I just couldn't seem to figure out a way to run comfortably like that. So I basically didn't run at all. And the furthest in my whole life that I'd ever run was for the 10Ks. So this was like crazy. So I signed up in March and didn't really know what I had gotten myself into, but I looked up some training plans. The Boston Marathon does provide training plans, but even the novice one looked too hard to me. So I found one by Hal Higdon that comes very recommended by people, and it's just the novice one. And I've been guiding myself through that since March. So, it's been several months now. It started with running 3 times a week, and now it's 4 times a week. Although, like this past week, I had 1 day off for cross training, which is kind of nice. But I have run further than I ever thought I could. I was always one of those people. I recently was watching Kevin Hogler's video, and he said, "You are capable of more than you believe. Stop doubting yourself." And that was so true. And I was always one of those people where if somebody talked about a marathon or a half marathon, I was like, I could never do that. I have bad joints. My knees won't let me do it. My hips won't let me do it. Like, I've actually been in physical therapy for my hips before. And I said, there's no way I could ever run that distance. My body won't let me. And clearly, I have figured out through this journey that that is false. That is baloney. That is just fear. That is all in your mind. And I've run a half marathon distance twice now. Almost 3 times, because I did the half marathon 13.1, I did 14, and then last weekend I did 12. I definitely want to mention that I am running for the Mariposa Foundation. I did not have to pick a charity, but I really wanted to. They are an amazing organization that I've worked with. They are in the Dominican Republic, and they're working to actually end generational poverty. The girls that they work with get to attend this schooling program free of charge, and they get extra education on top of their normal schooling. They learn different skills, and it's just incredible. So if you would like to donate, I will link that down below. I have a GoFundMe, and I've also done a Facebook and an Instagram fundraiser as well. So all of that goes straight to Mariposa. So literally every little bit helps, like $1, $2, $5. Anything would be so amazing, just so we can help that amazing program, because the girls do get to go for free, so they obviously need money to keep it up and running, but they are doing incredible work, and I love them so much. So if you're wondering like my pace or anything like that, I go pretty slow. My pace is around 12-minute miles. And then when I do the really long ones, I slow down even more, because lately I've been incorporating walking, which I was not doing before, but it's really helped a lot. It makes it way more enjoyable. It gives me a chance. I think of it in my head, I'm like, like getting out the cobwebs. I do like kind of like high knees, and like roll my ankle and hips around a little bit, and then I get back to jogging. But I also stop. I take pictures. Like the other day, I ran to the Hatch Shell in Boston on the Esplanade for the first time, and that was so cool. Like, I don't know, I just had so much fun, like taking pictures with all the buildings. Like, I want to remember this forever. I don't know if this is something I'm going to do after this, but I can't wait, a year from now to look back on these memories and know what I accomplished, because I've already accomplished so much more than I ever thought possible. So Deanna from Adventures of Deanna did give me some awesome questions to answer, because I did put on my Instagram for if anybody had any questions. She said, how's it going? Anything you hate about it? What do you love about it? What have you learned? And are you scared or confident? So how's it going? I would say it's going amazing. Like, knock on wood, but just considering where I came from, obviously I had a decent fitness level, but I was not a runner at all. And I just went through the plan. My dog is sneezing in the background. I went through the plan, and I've done the work, I've done the miles, and I would say, considering, I'm doing great. And I'm just really, like, lately letting myself relish that, like really patting myself on the back for how far I've come, because that's what is pushing me forward. Anything I hate about it, it's a lot of time. If this is something that you're considering, just be aware there's obviously a lot of time that you're going to have to dedicate to it, between, like, you do have to get warmed up, then the longer runs obviously take time, then maybe, like, you might have to wash your hair, or, Obviously, it's just a time commitment. So, and then you have to stretch, and then you have to like be good about fueling your body. You have to be good about getting adequate rest. So it becomes a lifestyle. It's not just about like learning how to run, but it's like doing all the things to make your body like do well with it. So I would say like the time commitment has been a lot, and I'm going back to work. I'm a teacher, so school is starting back up, and you know, I worry how that's all going to play out, but I'm trying not to get too stressed. I know I can do it. I did it in the spring. I can do it again, and you know, this just means so much to me at this point. What do I love? I have been enjoying the running so much. I never thought I would say that, but when I go out there, I really enjoy being outside. I've spent way more time outside than usual. I like seeing flowers and trees and little animals or other runners on the trail. Like when I do my long runs, I like mentally send inspiration to the other runners running by. Like in my mind, I'm like, you go girl. So I really enjoy that. And I really have enjoyed the last couple long runs when I've been like really in the city. I'm like such a city person. Like just feeling the energy of the city really gives me life. So that would be something that I absolutely love. I've learned that I'm so much stronger and more capable than I ever could have thought in a million billion years. I've realized like to stop limiting myself, because there is no limit. It's all mental, and you can do anything if you just put in the effort. You know, like this has been months, obviously, that I've been training, but training works. Training really works. So that would be another thing I learned, is training works. And am I scared or confident? Like, I'm definitely scared every time I run a distance I've never run before. I get nervous. But I'm confident because I know that I really have put in the work. I really have done all I can do. So I'm confident because I did end up taking this really seriously. I'm very determined. When I have a goal that I want, I really do what it takes. And I'm also very disciplined. So if I have a training plan, I stick to it. Like when I started doing burn, it wasn't a question. Like I would have to get up at 4:30 in the morning, and I would just get up and I would just go, no excuses. So I'm the exact same way about running. I really just don't do all those mental gymnastics of like, am I gonna do it? Am I not? And when I catch myself, like I caught myself the other day, I knew rain was in the forecast and I was out there running and I'm like, it's gonna rain anytime now. But I was like, you know what? Forget it. Like, you could spend the next 2 miles freaking out about rain, or you could just run and like let it rain. Whatever happens, happens. So yeah, I've just learned so much through this journey. I'm so glad that I'm doing it. I'm so glad for all of you here. Like I said, I don't know if I would be doing this if it wasn't for all of you. Whether it's you inspiring me with what you're doing, or just inspiring me with like, you know, the motivation, or connecting online and just like having you cheer me on has been so awesome. So thank you all so much for being a part of this journey. If you have any other questions, let me know. But also I did join a running club. So I don't know what I'm doing with them, but I just figured for the last couple, 6 weeks of this, just to have a little bit of support. They have like a forum and stuff. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more expertise since I've basically been doing this all alone all this time. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to follow along on the rest of my journey. And if you want to see how things turn out in October, make sure your notification bell is turned on. And I will see you in the next video soon. Have a great day. Stay positive. Bye.